Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here. So we're going to be talking about Star Wars Battlefront, specifically heroes. This is some gameplay where I was still very early, and we can see Darth Vader running away right there. I actually got the hero ability a few times, and this was the first time I had ever played as a hero. And I actually got to be the hero 3 times, as we'll see. But being my first time for all these, it was a rough learning experience. But hey, you know what? We do the best we can in the time that we have. But I'm pretty excited. Right here, a little clash. I missed my sniper shot. Darth Vader kills Luke Skywalker. It's great. That's one of the things I like most about Star Wars Battlefront. Was like you look at this, and these battles are epic. You've got X-wings, TIE fighters flying around. AT-ATs, AT-STs running around. You've got the gun turrets. The Hoth Assault map was a lot of fun, and there's going to be this AT-AT assault on all of the maps, which I found to be pretty cool, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think this is going to be my favorite game mode, because for me personally, I really like big battles, lots of vehicles, kind of combined arms. You've got aerial vehicles, static defenses, right here an orbital strike. Oh man. But I had played a few games before, so some of the fundamentals were there, but I had no idea how to play these heroes, which was really kind of interesting to kind of play them the first time. But we're going to be going over the heroes and villains that are going to be added. We saw Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, but there's 4 others that are going to be added. 2 more heroes, 2 more villains. We're going to be talking about the heroes and versus villains game mode that they're planning. And then we're also going to be talking about, yep, there's a Starship game mode, right? So it seems to make sense that there's going to be some hero starships, like the Millennium Falcon, which we've seen in trailers. This cliff, man. Anyway, and then the Slave One, which is Boba Fett's. But yeah, so let's go back and talk about the heroes that we're going to see. Now we're going to go over the 2 that we've seen already, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Luke Skywalker, all the heroes kind of have 3 main abilities. But what's interesting is the heroes definitely are going to play differently. Even kind of Luke and Darth Vader kind of pair off with each other as kind of the same sort of class per se. Because if you think about it, for some of these game modes, look at that. Boom! I was really lucky someone didn't just come up and nab that. But we're going to get to see Darth Vader, so here we go. Darth Vader is not as fast as Luke. Look at that. Now what do you think about that voice acting? I think the sound effects in this game are amazing, but you know, the voice acting could be a little bit better, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Darth Vader's not as fast as Luke, and you'll notice your health is going down at the beginning, so you really got to play aggressively. In other modes it might not be the same. And look at this, when you're sprinting, there you go, my first hero kill. And look at this, it's mother truckin' fly daily. But if you notice behind him, he's got like 8 or 9 soldiers, so he's already at 80 health, and he's pretty much a veteran because we both got obsessed with this game. And I died to fly daily right there. But you know what? Hey, if I'm gonna die, it might as well be to one of my friends. But look at this. Look at that. Not that. It looked like a hero power-up right there. I don't know if someone else got it. But on the minimap, that happened a few times while I played. Not sure if it was a glitch or what. But I was like, what the hell happened to the hero power-up? But anyway, ADD setting in. It's funny looking back at this battle specifically and just wondering what was going through my head at the time. Because right now I'm just kind of like, where the hell, man? I was about to be Darth Vader again. But Darth Vader, not as fast as Luke, uses a heavy lightsaber, so you one-shot enemies when you hit them. Not heroes, obviously. And you can block incoming laser fire, not stuff like particles or anything like that, or, you know, obviously grenades. But one of the cool abilities he has is the Force Choke. It basically, it's a ranged attack. You see the enemy, you start choking them out, and they start hovering towards you, which is pretty epic. So they're pretty much dead. It's not an instant kill, but it's a definite kill. And then finally he's got the saber throw ability, which when you don't know what you're doing, it can be a little rough. But when you do know what you're doing and you know how to use your hero effectively, the saber throw is really good. It's another ranged attack that Darth Vader has. It's really funny looking at how amateur I was in this video. But yeah, the saber throw could be really, really good. But when you're throwing it, you can't block any incoming laser fire. Look at that. Look at these guys on this cliff. Why not? Yeah, orbital strike there. That's one of the cool abilities of the AT-AT. But, and look, there's Darth Vader running around again. But, yeah, so that's Darth Vader. Luke Skywalker, on the other hand, is very, very fast. He's got kind of like a force amplified jump, which means he can be very, he's definitely more acrobatic. And his abilities, he has a saber rush ability, which further increases his like lightning fast blitz ability. He just get in close, start chopping people up. And he's also got a force push, which is his other ranged attack, which is kind of a pair to Darth Vader's force choke. And the force push is really effective. And all in all, he's got a lightsaber too, so he can block incoming laser fire just like Darth Vader can. And when the two clash, it's pretty cool. You can say TST covered me from behind. But yeah, so now moving on, we've seen those guys. If you played the beta or you watched the beta on stream or any of my YouTube videos, you've seen Luke Skywalker and you've seen Darth Vader in battle. But there's 4 heroes, well 2 heroes, and 2 other villains that have been announced that we have not been able to see, other than maybe some odd trailers and stuff like that. First is Princess Leia Organa. Now, one of the cool things about Leia is she is what will be the Rebel Alliance's support character. And you're like, wait, support heroes? Oh yeah. She's got some defense abilities, and she can also do a bit of what would be, you know, the healer's tasks in an RPG. Her abilities are she can drop an enhanced squad shield, which is pretty effective. It's better than the squad shield we've seen in the beta and in, you know, games already. Then her second ability is something called a Trooper Bane, which basically one-shots enemies. You can't shoot heroes, but if you've seen her in the movies, she always seems to just be really effective and just kind of one shot, one kill in a lot of cases. So that was kind of where they got her ability. And then finally, and this is the really, really interesting direct ability, is she can call in supply drops. These are power-ups, health boosts to your hero, to your allies, and stuff like that. Furthermore, there's kind of this passive ability where she can, like when you allies can spawn close to her, and they'll spawn as Alderaan honor guards. So kind of more beefier, better armed, presumably better armed and better armored soldiers, I would imagine, rebel troopers. And then the kind of the pair to Princess Leia on the Empire side is Emperor Palpatine. And what's kind of cool is, like, at first you're like, wait, he doesn't really have a blast or anything. Oh, there it is. Look at that. This guy's trying to get the AT-AT, which allowed me to get Darth Vader again. Hell yeah. But Emperor Palpatine, he's the support, but he doesn't have a main weapon, right? Well, his main weapon is Force Lightning, is his main attack. And you can amplify that. One of his special abilities is Chain Lightning, which is a much more powerful, obviously, lightning attack. Dude, I love the quotes that they have. Oh, and look at this. Another battle. Luke Skywalker's got to run away right there. But yeah, Force Lightning, Chain Lightning. He's, interesting enough, he's got this ability, Force Dash, which makes you very fast in the current direction you're going. So you can see this old guy shooting. Look at that. That little saber throws is humorous. But anyway, I gotta watch this battle. I forgot all about it. I think me and this stormtrooper just ganged up. So what happened to me earlier happened to that guy. What's cool is you can block with your lightsaber, but when you've got incoming fire everywhere, it's a little tough. And there you go. I got killed by that guy. Oh man, you can't block all the incoming laser fire. I mean, it is a game, it's got to be balanced in some way or another. But yeah, and then finally, similar to how Princess Leia has Supply Drop, Emperor Palpatine has something called Imperial Resources. No, it's not an entire legion of his best men, but it's the power-ups and health boosts that, similar to how Leia will spawn them in. And then further, the passive ability that players that spawn close to Emperor Palpatine spawn in as shock troopers, which are presumably better armed and better armored. Now, moving on, we get to kind of the two rogues that each team has. Han Solo and Boba Fett. Boba Fett where? Boba Fett soon. Oh my god, I'm going to play as Boba Fett all the time. Like, it's just not even going to be a thing. Han Solo has this 6-shooter or rapid fire ability. You can basically shoot as fast as you pull the trigger. There's no overheat. Overheat is a big component of this game, as there's no reloading or any ammunition, at least in your primary weapons. He's also got Lucky Shot, which is kind of a more powerful shot that's good against vehicles. And it can also break Vader's block, which is interesting. And then finally, you have Shoulder Charge, and this is kind of a paying homage to A New Hope when he ran through and just shoulder bumped a bunch of stormtroopers, which we saw in this Heroes and Villains trailer. And he knocked over a lot of stormtroopers. So I don't think it's gonna kill them, but it knocks them over, and it's a good way to kind of escape or blitz the enemy, whichever, you know. And then finally, we've got Boba Fett. Last but not least, I think he's going to be my favorite, just because it's like something I've always wanted to do. I want to be Boba Fett. And look at this. Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader pairing off again. Similar to how this has all these different abilities. Hero Wounded, hell yeah. You know, the heroes have those as well. Boba Fett's abilities, he's mobile and he's got a lot of weaponry. He's got his main blaster, he's got a jetpack. But interesting with the jetpack is you're not just going to be able to fly around all you want. There's a fuel mechanic to kind of limit that. So you just can't like kite certain heroes like, say, Luke Skywalker or, you know, anything like that killed by an A-Wing. Son of a gun. The second ability, you're going to have a rocket barrage, because if you remember, Boba Fett had a flamethrower on one arm and kind of this rocket on the other. And yeah, you guessed it, the other ability is the flamethrower. So you're going to be able to be mobile and be able to engage enemies at distance using your jetpack and rocket barrage, or when they get in close, if you deal with someone with a lightsaber like Luke Skywalker, you got your flamethrower attack. So that's pretty cool. Then there's going to be this other game mode called Heroes vs. Villains. It's going to be 6v6, where 3 of them are heroes. Of the 6 people on your team, 3 are heroes and 3 are regular troopers. So they're going to be short and intense rounds. They're saying that once you kill the hero, that player respawns as a normal trooper. So, you know, and then the winner of the team is like the time goes down, or, you know, you kill all the enemy heroes, right? If you kill all the enemy heroes, you basically win. But if you don't and it kind of goes down, it goes to like who's got the most left, right? You know, so like you kill 2 of the enemies, and that means like Heroes versus Villains is going to be a lot of attack versus defense. It's going to be fun to see the evolution of tactics and skills. Look at that. See that hero ability? There it is. Boom! I was so excited. Popped a little personal shield, and bam! And that's Darth Vader for the 3rd time. And I really enjoyed playing as the heroes. So being able to do all of them is going to be a lot of fun. And then finally, Hero Starships. There's the Millennium Falcon and the Slave One, and there's the Starship game mode. So you're only going to get 1 life with the Slave One or the Millennium Falcon, and then you kind of respawn as a normal ship. And I'm not sure how they pick who gets to do it, or if it's random or whatever. But you're going to have extra speed, extra firepower. Slave One, for example, is going to have an arsenal of heavy attack weapons, ion cannons, proton torpedoes, and a jammer. Which basically, look at this. There's just no rebel scum to kill. But anyway, so the idea of being able to be Boba Fett, Emperor Palpatine, what's up, rebel scum? But anyway, this is an Imperial victory. And ladies and gentlemen, that was just some information that I've been wanting to share, because I'm really excited for Heroes vs. Villains game mode. Anyway, Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to pull the trigger on the like button, share the video with a friend, and let me know which hero you want to play the most.